Hi, Jason Knott with CE Pro, and today we are talking about home theater audio with Matt Simmonds, product manager at Bluesound. Hi, Matt.
Jason, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for joining me today. So, a lot of integrators don't think about the possibilities of using wireless in a home theater setting. Tell us a little bit about how Bluesound and the BluOS platform are applicable in a home theater environment.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's so true what you say. Like wireless isn't necessarily the first thing people think of when they think home theater because of history, but also because of the nature of network bandwidth, I think, within the home, and the nature of integrators not wanting to, be back at a customer's home fixing things all the time, and that sort of philosophy. So we're totally on board with that. But we do have a platform in BluOS that is purpose built for the modern wireless age. In high res and everything. So everything we've done in the background on the foundation of the platform itself is tailored for wireless multi-room audio, and home theater fits right into the multi-room. Even if it's within one room, it's multi-zone in a sense. So it's multiple products, players that are playing music, that are creating this home theater sound. And so yeah, it's really BluOS that enables it. We have a setting called AV mode, which is a toggle. You just toggle that on or off, and what it's doing is it's in real time. That's measuring network latency, and then making real-time adjustments to the buffer, basically. And so that kind of enabling AV mode really allows networked audio to happen in a home theater space. So anyways, things like that are really we try to push the envelope in terms of what people can expect when it comes to wireless home theater.
You hit on a couple of key points. A couple of them I want to drill down on. One was you mentioned how the multi-room AV environment is so suitable for wireless. And in our research, we did note that there is a good percentage of home theater installations where the home theater is actually a zone in a multi-room audio environment. So bringing wireless to bear there really kind of gives them a little flexibility in terms of having that home theater environment be one of the zones throughout the home.
Exactly. And again, honestly, for us, it comes down to BluOS being the platform for that. And yeah, make your home theater function as a player or as a zone within your whole home, and then have your kitchen involved, and you can have the same music going or the same audio, whatever that source is, in multiple places, bedroom, bathroom, out into the garage. It's just so flexible, like you said, and multidimensional, and it's something we're pretty proud of.
Two pieces of data that we derived from our home theater deep dive. One was that 31% of home theaters that integrators did over the past 12 months included a soundbar. And the most common, I'll say, component that was put into a home theater is a subwoofer. So you have the Pulse Soundbar Plus and the Pulse Sub Plus. Tell us a little bit about the capabilities of both those products.
Yeah, we're super excited. These are pretty much two of our newest products, and definitely in this wireless home theater space. The Soundbar Plus it takes everything we did on our previous generation of products and kind of takes it to the next level, keeping the form and function really, really the same, really, for all intents and purposes. And so what the main kind of feature, the new feature is our next generation BluOS Brain, our new processing platform that is making its way into all sorts of Bluesound products. But that's kind of the key fundamental difference, was actually under the hood. But it opens up the possibilities of what a soundbar can do. And we position the soundbar in such a way as, first of all, we want it to be an easily integratable product. We want integrators to like it. And so really we've thought about how it wall mounts. We've got all, lots of inputs and outputs, different ways of doing things, including HDMI eARC now. And so, we want that to be, it even has a built-in accelerometer so that, depending on how you're mounting it, the left and right channels are switching so automatically. So because you might want to run your cables up or down, depending on the installation. So it's those kind of things we definitely are thinking about. But on the performance side, what the new generation platform gives us is really the ability, the processing power to do new technologies, even stuff we might not even know about, but in the current moment, things like Dolby Atmos in a virtualized way. And so we're actually working on that software right now. It'll be part of a BluOS update, like a free upgrade to our customers at some point down the line here. But yeah, that's really kind of the Dolby Atmos through our new processing platform is really kind of the key new feature for our soundbar.
And you mentioned the Sub Plus. Tell us a little bit about that too.
Yeah, the subwoofer, our very first networked subwoofer. We're super excited about it, and I don't want to miss chatting to you about that at all. So it's fully wireless and or wired via Ethernet, and it sits on the network. It can be paired with any Bluesound player at this point, but specifically within the home theater setup, what you're gonna most likely be pairing it with, again, all through a wizard in the BluOS app, super easy to do, would be a Soundbar Plus or a power node. And so just super easy. There's audio controls in the BluOS app for the sub specifically, so crossover controls, phase controls. It's just, we try to make it as easy and transparent as possible to use this thing for and I just wanted to highlight a feature of it because it's really cool, and I really wanted to make sure people know about it, because on the I can talk about the convenience of what we do and how easy we try to make it, and how flexible our system is, but it also performs, and that's a huge part of what we do. And so the sub's getting down to 22 hertz, which we're super proud of because it's a relatively small box actually. But part of the reason it's able to do that is because we're using a very unique amplifier technology called Smart DSP amplification. And so what's happened there is we've been able to actually feed the parameters of the closed system, so the woofer size and shape and excursion, and the cabinet volume and everything. We've fed that data into the DSP. And so it takes that data, and then in real time, it's measuring woofer excursion, it's measuring the temperature of the system, and it's able to compensate for it in terms of its limiting and the compression that's happening. So it's like it's just real time. We call it Smart DSP, and what that translates into on the performance side is it just, for the size of that cabinet, it goes lower and deeper, and it's like a tighter sound. So, which for us is really important because we want this thing to not just be boomy and sound awesome on big movie scenes, but it has to be a very musical thing for us. So for music, it sounds unbelievable. So anyway, I'm just really excited about the Sub Plus too.
Tell me how the system can be integrated with a power node streaming amp.
That's a great question. We're not beholden to a soundbar and rears in like all-in-one speaker kind of way. Even our component products, like an integrated amplifier, which is what the power node is, streaming integrated amplifier. It can be used in home theater setups as well. And so if the power node has a HDMI input, it can be used as the front left and right channels, right? Because all you're doing with the power node is you're just adding speakers. So you add your speakers, and then any of our power node models, all the way back to our first generation products, can be used for the rears of a home theater setup. So whether that's actual physical, rear, or not physical, whether that's actually, speakers directly kind of beside the listener, or ceiling speakers, where you want to hide that power node away, in a rack somewhere and just use it for distributed audio. It's all possible, and it's all done through our BluOS app, through the home theater setup wizard. So it's just about our home theater setup in general is a 4.1 system, and you can use power nodes as either as the front and the rears in our setup. So it's really flexible in that way. Then you can use a power node as the rears and a soundbar as the front. And you can use our Sub Plus with the Power Node or with the Soundbar Plus wirelessly or on the network. Like it's just super flexible. Not to mention using our small all-in-one speakers, the Pulse Flex. Like those can be rears as well. It's super flexible, works kind of for anybody in any situation type of thinking. Yeah.
And speaking of flexibility, last question. Obviously in a home theater environment, the integrator is going to be combining audio, video, lighting, all these other elements into it. And tell us how Bluesound can integrate with third-party control, so they're not turning on their home theater and then having to go to the Bluesound app to turn the audio on, obviously.
I know it's been well documented even through other interviews with myself and with other people, but we've got a full range of drivers for all the big boys in terms of integration partners. So both Crestron Media Player and the simple driver. We've got Control 4, RTI, Elan, URC, Lutron, which is drivers. These are all available from our website to download, and we've also got a simple API, like a public API for BluOS. So installers, integrators can also use some of that if they need to in parts of their installation. So it's really flexible, like you said, and we aim to please, I guess, but we aim to be the kind of the de facto go-to for high-res audio in the home for multi-room.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for joining CE Pro today, Matt.
Thanks for having me. Enjoyed it.